Alright, let's get this ball rolling. We had a decent start tonight, so we'll try to make as much progress as we can. So, with that, hello everybody, I'm Kolthor the Barbarian, and welcome back to the Gaben Gauntlet number 55, Virtue's Last Reward. Tonight we continue our seemingly never-ending journey to beat all of my Steam games, of which the actually new current total, because we did add one of those Depona games, whatever the hell it's called, 362. I think there might be one or two more to add to that number that I have completely forgotten to do. Anyway, at the end of every game we have a raffle. You guys get to pick the order in which we play all these games. So let's go ahead and get that timer rolling. And go back into this never-ending game. So I was doing a lot of... Well, let me try to remember where I'm at here before I even say anything. Treatment center after the escape. That's right, we just escaped the treatment center. Right. So I've been thinking about this game more and more. I've been trying to figure out how I might rate it when I get towards the end. And obviously we haven't finished it yet, so no rating is solid. But, not gonna lie, so far, overall, I liked 999 better. Obviously we're not done yet, so it may still change my mind. But if I was to stop right now and just review it as it is right now, 999, I definitely liked 999 better. But I need to sort my fully flush out my own thoughts on this as to exactly why. I have some pretty good reasons, but I'm going to hold off on saying them verbally until we actually finish this game and all the cards are on the table. I'm sure no one dies in this game. Nah, no one ever dies in this game. It's all just happy-go-lucky make-believe, and everybody just likes to go patty cake, and move on their way. There's no death. None whatsoever. Okay, so now we're talking about white doors. So we just escaped the treatment center.
I knew it! These are chromatic.
Yeah, no kidding.
See? They've got...
Yes, fascinating. Chromatic doors. Time to pick ally to kill him. Same goes for Dio. He's playing against Alice K and Alice's BP.
No! Don't even think about that! Her BP is the same as Tenmyoji, so unless Dio's willing to kill someone, he won't be able to get BP to 9. Then Alice has to vote betray.
Yep, generally the best defensive choice.
But if Dio chooses ally...
Well, fuck Dio.
Then K would have 9 BP.
That's true.
Jeez. Well, it's just like I said then. If K gets 9 BP, then there won't be a third AB game.
Not necessarily the case.
So it's over when someone gets 9.
Nope. As long as that person...
So you think that K will stay here? Even if he gets enough points to leave? No, it's not!
Well, so far, we've been proven... everybody who's gotten 9 BP has just immediately left. Or has been forced to leave. So far we've not had one single instance of people just sticking around after someone's got 9. There was one time where Phi got 9 and she was going to stay, but Dio also got 9, so he was, peace bitches. That's true, yeah, Phi did turn back, but she left the first time.
Fine.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Clover.
That's right, we dropped the hot Latin.
Oh, thank goodness you're back.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember what path that was. Was that this path over here? Where we changed her mind? How do we stop? Yeah, that was this path. How do we stop Phi? That was this path. Okay.
Yes.
Hey,
So maybe
where's
that's...
Clark?
Maybe since that's the path where we're actually able to finally convince somebody to stay, maybe this is like the final path. Since we've got like 2 back-to-back locks. Maybe this is like the final path. Maybe. I don't know. Expression was furious from the waves stomping towards me. I felt like he only had a few seconds before I was on the ground with his hands around his neck. Oh god. I explained what happened with Clark at the pods as quickly as I could.
So are these pod things really safe?
Probably.
That's not the answer he wants to hear, Clover. Say, absolutely, positively, yes, they're 110% safe.
Probably?
See, no, definitely safe. Definitely safe.
Well, are they
Totally
safe
fine.
or aren't they?
Maybe?
Look, I'm just worried about him, alright? Can you take me to this treatment center, Clover?
Uh,
Don't worry, we've still got 20 minutes left. Plenty of time to go have a look and come back.
okay, come on then.
And you probably could have just told him go through the blue door, whichever one it was we did. Bye-bye. It would have been nice to add a little more to some of those cutscenes. Like, if you're just going to show the... What is the point of just showing that door opening? You said they left through the magenta door. Do we really need to just see the door open and close? Like, it'd be nice if we actually saw them leave through, but I realize that's like, oh, animation budget. But I just feel like seeing that door open and close is just absolutely pointless. Like, just don't even bother doing that. Just say they left through the magenta door, move on.
I beg your pardon?
You guys got some explaining to do. You opened the ABA before Clover and I got back to you. I want to know why the hell you'd go and do something like that.
Sigma, take a look.
It's not like we opened them all up.
So you're saying only one person or one pair jumped
Yes.
the gun here? It was Dio.
I opened it. It's not really a big deal, okay? I mean, you came right back.
Just wait until the next game? Oh god, thank god I don't own it.
Why? If you hadn't made it back by the deadline, you'd have just defaulted to Ally.
I gotta say, so far this game has not convinced me. If there was ever a chance that a set of games would convince me to like be okay with visual novels, this game's kind of losing the argument for itself. I'm not saying I hate it, but it has not convinced me to ever seek out a visual novel type game on my own.
What?
There was no such thing in the...
I didn't.
Yes, extra rules, extra
Hey,
rules.
knock
One
with
person
both
from
then.
each
Another
group.
one
Yep. If you have long plays, it suffers from the GG4 app because you forget stuff over weeks. Fair. But
Alright,
the number
I
one
get
thing
it.
that annoys me about this game that didn't annoy me about 999, and I realized I got very lucky with 999, was this game forces you to completionist it, the whole thing. This game forces you to do every single little thing. Replay every single bit of dialogue, re-listen to every single cutscene, even with slight alterations at least 9 or more times. 999 didn't do that. There is an optimal route to get through the game, hear all the story, and do the important stuff, and you're done. This game literally forces you to 100% the game, and that kind of annoys me.
Sorry.
Especially when so much of it is, like, stupid, repetitious filler. Just stuff, and I get why it's there, because they have to show it again in case that's the path you chose, but... there had to have been a better way. I know, I'm holding my judgment to the end. Hopefully, there's a big payoff at the end. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm not, like, ranking the game. I'm just saying, so far, that is a mechanic of this game that annoys me. But if there's a big payoff at the end, if it really all worked together well, great. Awesome. We'll see.
Cut me some slack, though, man. I'd have... Of course I wouldn't have. What the hell, bro?
The hell, bruh.
You said the room you went into was a treatment center, right? If they treat people there, I'd think they'd have shelves of medicine and stuff. Did you find any Excelavir?
You would think so, but no. Not anything cure Radical 6, we when to put Quark on
I
the
see.
pod.
Can the pod cure Radical 6?
No.
How do you
unfortunately.
know that?
Oh, well, it said so on the screen next to the pods, of course. Somehow it can provide relief from symptoms, but it can't actually cure the disease. So it makes him less crazy and suicidal, or just kind of sedates him? Okay, that's right.
Cold sleep?
I've been thinking about it more and more. I think if I had a number 2 pick, if I had a 2, let's say a 2 and 3 pick who I thought could be 0, it would be these two. I would put Luna at a number 2 likelihood to be 0, and I would actually put Phi at number 3. Well, actually, hold off. She could very well be. Yeah, I'm gonna hold to that. I think Phi would be like my 3rd choice to be 0. In rank of what I think is likelihood to be 0. I still think it's Quark, then Luna, then Phi. I don't think any of the others are 0, but we'll see. Of the ones who could possibly be 0, I think it's in ranking of those 3.
Are you suggesting that 3 of us were, until recently, cryogenically frozen?
Which of us are the pod people then?
You could very likely be one of the pod people. You've kind of done the whole frozen thing before, Miss Alice. Even after Quark's letter, he's still number 1? Yes, he's actually more number 1 because of the letter. Because in that letter, he said, and maybe I'm forgetting a little bit of the details, but he just said, Tenmyoji said he found Quark. But he never said where he found him. He just found Quark. And then he raised him. Found him where? Like, he found him, like, in a gutter or something? Like, I found him, then I raised him. Like, maybe I'm forgetting what the detail of that was, but I don't remember him ever saying, like, where he found him. So, a little suspicious. And the fact that Tenmyoji is, like, viciously looking for what's-her-name from 999 also kind of makes this weird family unit. So, I don't know. I still think Quark is most likely 0. That letter did not sway me.
So this cold sleep, that means they basically froze the body solid, right? Not like how a bear or something hibernates where it just slows way down.
Yo, what up, Legacy?
So what would happen to the heart? Wouldn't it stop when you were put into a cold sleep?
Your heart stops. Your bracelet comes off.
So if we go into cold sleep, our bracelets will come off?
Then we can just defrost ourselves right away.
You said there were 3 pods, right?
We'd only need to do it 3 times for the 9 of us.
Uh-huh.
I imagine that will work for you, but perhaps not so much for me.
Kay is still the biggest mystery out of all of them to me. Luna's a lot of a mystery too. We really haven't learned a lot about Luna. But Kay is still kind of a big mystery. Even though we learned a lot about his past, we don't know a lot about the current Kay. 7 endings at 7 point where it goes, damn. Because each ending is damn. Oh.
Don't worry. I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Wait, there's only 7 endings? There's 9 characters with 7 endings? Interesting.
We should go have a look at any rate. We'll be able to come up with a plan once we know more.
Of course.
Yeah, I just can't count.
What?
Wait. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. That was 9. Yeah, we've also gotten 10 Miyojis.
What do you mean the cold sleep function doesn't work?
I'm sorry.
You don't have anything to apologize for, Luna. Zero Senior must have just locked it down.
When Clove and I were here, it worked.
Yeah, I remember checking it.
Then that bastard set this up.
Anything juicy? No, not really. We just started. I went on a tiny rant about the game, but that's about it.
Low.
which basically
not
devolved
pleasant,
into I'll hold
but
my opinion
consider
till
this.
the end. I have a few gripes about the game, but I'll hold my full opinion till the end to see if there's a good payoff.
We have seen how thorough Zero is. Would he really have left such an obvious loophole?
Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. If Zero Jr. heard me, he could have shut it off.
Whatever the case, it is an unfortunate outcome.
Unfortunate? Really? Aren't you just a little bit relieved? After all, we were gonna get our bracelets off while you were stuck with yours.
How could you say that? I would never be so petty as...
Poor Cakefish, the announcer voice echoed through the facility. We gotta go vote, guys.
10 minutes. All if...
Time's running out. We should get back, guys.
I'm staying here. I can't leave Quark.
Are you nuts, old man? You're a solo.
Well, any defaults. Oh boy. That's putting a lot of faith. Well, it's Luna and Phi, so they probably wouldn't kill Tenmyoji. Gonna be audio only, fair enough.
Luna and Phi could kill you.
Yeah, I
can
know. I've
totally
only
do
got
that.
one BP.
Exactly. If you don't vote, you'll default to ally. All they have to do is pick Betray.
We won't. You staying here won't change our vote.
Right. We always intended to choose ally. Tenmyoji staying here is just another reason for us to stick to that plan.
Luna has the same number of BP as you, Tenmyoji. Normally, the safe plan would be
Later,
to choose
Real.
Betray.
Good luck at work.
Since you will be unable to betray them, then Phi and Luna can choose to ally without worrying about their own points.
Yes.
Well, there you go. I trust Phi and Luna. I'm sure they'll choose ally.
Sounds good. Okay then, Tenmyoji, you take care of Quark.
You think I need you to tell me that? I won't take my eyes off him for a minute.
Come on. We don't have much time left. We need to go.
You know, if anyone was just gonna... Assuming it wasn't Zero Jr. who disabled the ice on the freezing on the pods, there was only one person in that facility. It was Quark. Just saying. Gallop, 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 gallop.
4 minutes.
Alright, Clover, we should probably head into...
okay.
I forget what everyone's points are. Not that it really matters. I'm picking both options eventually anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Sigma, do you remember what I said back in the other warehouse?
Yeah, you told me we should betray Quark since we might not get another chance like this.
Yeah.
Right.
Can I, take that back? I changed my mind a little bit after talking to Tenmyoji. I think we should choose ally.
That's more than just a little bit. That's like someone trading in a Shih Tzu for a German Shepherd. Panic face. What'll happen with you two? Can you say something to you?
I can't tell you.
Can't tell me. Why not?
I just can't. You'd laugh if I did anyway.
Maybe I could use a good laugh right now. You know, we're all in a horrible situation of life and death. Maybe a good giggle would be good for my heart.
Really?
I promise. I swear.
Well, I still can't tell you.
Oh, come on.
I promised. I told Tenmyoji I wouldn't tell anybody.
Oh, come on. It's me, the guy you said you'd do anything for in that one timeline. Alright, fine. I won't ask about it again, but Tenmyoji doesn't really have anything to do with this, right? Our opponent is Quark.
No, he does matter. Quark is really important to Tenmyoji. If we betray Quark, we're betraying Tenmyoji.
Exactly, and we don't know. Apparently Tenmyoji told something to Clover to convince her to pick ally, but Clover won't tell us what Tenmyoji told her.
Come on, don't you remember? When we were going into the red, blue, and green doors, Tenmyoji said something.
I didn't say there wasn't anyone I trusted. There's one person. Clover. I just know that you'll keep him safe.
I can't betray somebody who'd say that about me.
That's fair. You seem pretty ready to betray him back on 4B.
That's because I didn't know who he was.
Oh, so you're saying you know who Tenmyoji really
Well,
is?
if what he told me was true, yeah.
Dot, 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 dot.
1 minute remain.
Please, choose
You're gonna try and
If
vote
I
yourself?
try, you'll just throw me off, right? I don't think I'm strong enough to fight you. So...
Aren't you like special forces? I don't even know what you are. Alright. With that, I turned to face the voting machine. The question was, what would I do? Ally or betray? Just as Clover had said, betraying Quark was like betraying Tenmyoji. It wasn't even taking into consideration that Quark was just a kid. And he was infected with a deadly disease that would most certainly kill him if we didn't do something. Unless you got now to become a god like everyone else in the game. Exactly. How can I betray someone like that? Only a monster would take advantage of a helpless child for their own gain. On the other hand, what Clover had said in the warehouse on floor B was true. It was unlikely I'd get a chance like this again. If I chose betray, then I'd have 9 BP. I would be able to escape this godforsaken hellhole.
10 seconds remain.
So what would my choice be? What would I do? Ally or betray? I chose
3, 2, 1.
obviously ally.
Round 2 of reset.
Blah, 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 blah. Thank you for playing the Infinite's game. Please watch your step and head to the gift shop.
What did you choose?
You can see me push the button? Well, you'll know in a minute. Let's go. I gave her a light pat on the shoulder and headed towards the wall where the results would be displayed. Da, 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 da. Betray from K.L.'s Dio, no shock there. Notify Tenmyoji, allies. Sigma Clark Clover, all allies. Yep. Seemed pretty good to me.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your...
So Dio was willing...
So you chose ally, huh?
Dio was willing to kill Alice, that's for sure. Or at least, or he knew they would pick betray, so he just did it defensively, so. Quark is sick, a kid, and unable to vote. I couldn't bring myself to betray someone like that.
Thank you.
No need to thank me. I only did what anyone would have. You guys chose ally
Of course,
too,
Tenmyoji had only 1 BP left, and he was guaranteed to vote ally, so there's no way we could betray somebody in that position.
If we had, then he'd...
Yeah, he didn't have much choice. Alice K and Dio, on the other hand, seem to have had a less pleasant round.
Hey, what the hell is your problem? You're either crazy or just an asshole. Were you trying to kill me?
No, nothing like that.
Well then, what was it like? If we'd voted ally,
You would be dead. The needles in your bracelet would have activated, killing you.
See? That's exactly what I'm talking about. I didn't think there was any way in hell you guys would choose ally, not with Alice's BP at 1. The only way you could possibly vote was betray. Picking ally when I knew you guys would pick betray would have been suicide.
You can't die. You've got 6 BP.
Well, maybe not immediately, no. But I would have been signing my own death warrant. Heck, not just mine. Everyone except Kay's.
What?
Didn't you think it through? Your vote was always gonna be betray. Let's say I was a raving lunatic and picked ally. What would happen to Kay's BP?
6 plus 3.
See? Then it'd be game over, life over. He'd open the number 9 door and blow this popsicle stand. And that'd leave us twisting in the wind, living out the rest of our miserable lives stuck in this place. You see, that's why I chose betray. I did it to save all our necks, including yours.
Alice gritted her teeth and scowled fiercely at Dio, apparently trying to think of a rebuttal, but before finally snorting indignantly and stalked away. Shortly thereafter, the warehouse was filled with the rumbling sound of the doors sliding shut. Bang, bang.
The Ambidex gate round started. The
Yeah. Many times
We
as
can
well.
play, right?
Yep.
Hey,
Yes, no other combinations would...
And explaining the white doors.
I'll help.
As will I.
Me too.
I guess I can help.
What about you, Sigma?
Of course I'll help. What kind of jerk
Okay.
wouldn't?
We should split up and search.
Wait, what are we looking for? wait. Oh, wait, what? What are we actually looking for? Oh, the Excelivir. I know all along, it's fine. Let's see. After some discussion, Dio and Kay were assigned to the pantry, Luna and Alice to the treatment center, and Phi, Clover, and myself to the pressure exchange chamber.
Shall we regroup in the Floor B warehouse?
Sure. We all nodded. Kay turned to Alice and Luna.
You are going to the treatment center, correct?
Yes.
Then please remember to tell Tenmyoji where we intend to meet and when.
Okay.
You must also remember to bring Quark with you. I am concerned about removing him from the pod, but it can't be helped. Without Quark's bracelet, Sigma and Tenmyoji will be unable to open the secondary door.
Right.
Good. Looks like we got all that straightened out. Let's go.
With a final nod to one another, we split up, each team heading in different directions. Hey, we didn't have to do the beep boop beep dot on the map this time. Yes, I know this room already. We've been through it on another timeline. So this is the pressure exchange chamber.
No, this is the prep room. There are 2 levels. The actual pressure exchange chamber is downstairs.
How do you know that?
Alice told me. She was one of the people who investigated this room.
Did you talk to her when you were waiting for us back in the warehouse?
Yeah.
Well, let's head downstairs
Good idea.
then. Yes, fascinating.
Seems like it.
Why would they have something
Well,
like
this is just what Alice told me, but...
Apparently the pressure inside the facility was a lot higher than the pressure outside. That was part of the system designed to keep the virus from getting in. It did mean, however, that we need to go through a decompression process in order to get outside. How was my weekend? Very busy. Very, very, very busy. My mother-in-law had surgery on Friday. Everything went well. She's doing well, recovering. Gosh, what was Saturday? Saturday was crazy, too. It was just a busy, busy weekend. Lots of stuff to do. Busy, busy, busy. But it was okay. Everything went well.
Remember all those suits along the wall of the prep room?
Hope yours was good as well.
Those keep you from getting infected. We won't even be able to enter the pressure exchange chamber if we don't have them on.
I see. Whoa. Then that newspaper article is right.
Unfortunately, that seems pretty likely.
So the air out there is teeming with Radical 6.
Something's been bothering me.
What is it?
Aren't you saying that if we put on those suits, we can go into the pressure exchange chamber and go outside?
Oh. No, we can't do that. The door beyond the pressure exchange chamber is locked up tight.
Damn it. Just one door between us and freedom.
Well, if you look at it that way, it's the same as the number 9 door.
Interesting. I wonder if we could later repurpose one of the bombs and blow that door open. Yo, Backlight! Can we get that 17-month resub? Backlight, thank you so much for that resub. You, and only you, Backlight, are now the mightiest of barbarians. Thank you so much for that resub. 17 months in a row. Quite the barbarian you are. Thank you so much, Backlight. How you been?
Whatever. We need to be focusing on finding that Accelavir. Quark needs it.
Why focus on that door? I think if we could use one of the bombs later that we find and defuse. So far we have 2 defusing codes for 2 bombs. For the 0 and the 1 bomb. Maybe we could use one of those bombs to blow that door open. It'd probably blow a lot more than just that door open, but if freedom is on the other side...
Yeah, you're right.
I'll go look around upstairs. You 2 take this floor, alright?
Okay.
What are we even looking for? We looked everywhere we could think of, but turned up nothing. I don't know why we'd think Accelavir would be here. Eventually I couldn't keep my mouth shut any longer. Hey, what do you think the deal is with this stuff about the world being infested with some crazy virus? A pandemic seems like it would make the news, but I don't remember hearing anything. That sounds like a nightmare. Hey, if it's a way out, it's a way out. I mentioned it, didn't I? Back when Dio was asking questions. We were in the infirmary. It was right after Quark lost it.
Have any of you guys heard anything about any sort of viral pandemic?
Been okay, just got back from Magic the Gathering Grand Prix, New Jersey. 3 days of solid Magic the Gathering. Oh, that sounds awesome. God, I haven't played Magic in years. I have quite the old collection of it, but I haven't kept up with it in so long. I think there's actually a place in my town that actually does play it, but I just don't have the time. But man, I used to love me some Magic the Gathering. Friday night Magics, Saturday drafts. Oh man, those were the days. Good times.
Well, no, but...
Hopefully one day, maybe my son Alex will enjoy some Magic the Gathering. He could play with his old man. He'd be like, ew, Dad, these cards are old. I usually did Standard. Or, I guess, the last... I've been playing Standard tournaments, or like Friday Night Magics and stuff. And then sometimes on Saturdays we do drafts. I always really enjoyed the drafts. The drafts were my favorite. Cocaine is cheaper than getting into Magic. Yeah. Yeah. If you want a kid, make sure a kid never gets on drugs. Just get him Magic the Gathering instead. He'll never have money for anything else. It was basically all limited on GP. Did 4 sealed in 1 draft. Nice. You're back. Had to deal with some things. Congrats on dealing with those things.
I have heard rumors about a virus being used as a bioweapon.
So what's the rumor she was talking about? I got the feeling you and Alice were talking about the same thing. Clover, what do you know? What are you and Alice anyway? I heard you guys belong to some sort of organization, but what is it? Oh, we finally gonna get deeper into Clover? Clover was quiet for a long time. She bit her thumbnail and looked down at the floor. Then finally she lifted her head and met my eyes. Ooh.
Fine.
Oh, she's gonna tell us.
I think I can trust you. Just don't tell Alice, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
Promise?
I'll pinky promise. Played an old school tournament, and they held across the street too. Only cards allowed are ones printed in 93 and 94. Interesting. And reprints them with the same art. Interesting. That's an interesting tournament. 93 and 94. That definitely would have been what sets were that era? That was definitely I definitely played a little bit during then. I definitely played a lot more in like the early 2000s. Like late 90s, early 2000s is where I mostly played. Was that like Urza's Saga, like 93, like those cards? Clover nodded and began to talk. I listened with rapt attention at a complete loss for words. Here's what she said. Alice and I are agents of SOIS, which is under the jurisdiction of the Department of Defense. SOIS stands for Special Office of Internal Security, and we're an elite intelligence division that investigates potentially disruptive or dangerous elements such as domestic or foreign terrorists, radical political splinter groups, and religious organizations with extreme agendas that could pose a threat to the state or citizenry. Our existence hasn't been made public, so there are only a few people who even know we exist. You're probably wondering how I even got involved in something like that, huh? Well, it started when I met Alice. There's 999, getting away in the Jeep. Actually, kind of looks like a Bronco. I told you that I've played the nonary game twice before, right? Well, this was after the second time, so about a year ago. We just escaped, and we were all stuffed into this SUV barreling across the desert. I was driving, and that's when I saw her. Alice. She was standing next to the road with her thumb out. She was already working for SOIS, and she'd been on her way... Wait a minute, she was already working for them? And she'd been on her way to the building we'd been trapped in as part of her investigation. Alpha Beta Unlimited Collector's Edition, International Collector's Edition, Arabian Nights, Antiquities, Revised Legends, Dark Fallen Empires... What? Wasn't she frozen in like a capsule inside the notary game? What? Interesting. But on the way there, her car had broken down. She just randomly dresses like an Egyptian princess. We offered to give her a ride, of course. After she got in, we started talking. It turned out that Alice had gotten a tip that the terrorists she was after were in the building we'd been trapped in. We couldn't see how us playing the notary game had anything to do with the terrorists, but Alice had a suggestion. Maybe the two people who trapped you in there are the terrorists. They didn't seem very likely to us, but we were chasing after them anyway, so we decided to bring Alice with us. Unfortunately, we didn't find them. As far as we know, they're still out there now, on the run. Anyway, we were taken back to the SOIS headquarters and put into custody. I guess they thought there had to be some kind of connection between us and being kidnapped to the terrorist group they were investigating. But they must not have found anything, because after a few days of questioning, they let us go. We all went home and returned to our lives. But things didn't go back to the way they'd been. My mom got real worried about me and my brother, since we'd gotten kidnapped twice now, so she hired bodyguards for us. I'd say that, you know, when you get kidnapped twice, when your kids get kidnapped twice and put into a horrible game of life and death, and at some point as a parent, you start to worry. You get a little concerned. Oh, I haven't told you about my brother, have I? He's super awesome for one. And he was in both the last two notary games. So anyway, we've been grabbed twice, but the people behind the two notary games were totally different. That didn't matter to my mom though, so after that, these huge men in black suits followed me and my brother everywhere, and you still got captured a third time. It was awful. We were always being watched. People would look at us funny because we were being followed around by a bunch of creepy looking guys. I couldn't stand it. Just when I thought I'd finally be free, all that was waiting for me was another kind of prison. The only time I was really happy was when I was hanging out with my brother. So we were talking it over one day, and we decided to leave. Like, run away. So we did. After that, we lived on our own. I worked at a cafe, and he composed music. He played the harp, and he started writing his kind of new agey music. It got kind of popular, so we didn't have to worry too much about surviving. Sometimes he'd play little venues like coffee houses and stuff, and his fans would show up and listen to him and play and cry. Or some of them would meet for their own and recite stuff from the book he'd written and play his songs. I know it sounds kind of like weird and culty, but they just do that stuff on their own, okay? And my brother doesn't have anything to do with it. Anyway, we did that for a while. Then one day, Alice showed up. I need your help, she told us. We need people who can do what you can do. As in solve the notary game? So we went to the location she gave us, and it turned out to be the headquarters of SOIS, where they'd taken us after the second notary game. They put us in a room with about a dozen or so people who are about the same age as us. Yes, reminder of Brother's Bride, so he's a badass musician. And a magician, apparently. A bunch of them looked familiar, too. It only took a moment to realize how we knew each other. They were the kids from the first notary game. We were all excited to see each other again, and we were hugging and shaking hands and stuff, and then Alice walked in. The whole room went quiet. She walked up to the podium, looked around the room, making eye contact with each of us. Right now, a terrorist organization is preparing for a major attack. They plan to trigger a viral pandemic. If they succeed, it will strike a massive blow against all of humanity, not just any one country. It's possible that we as a species will die out completely. We are doing our best to prevent this, but we need your help. You are what we call espers, who have the ability to access the morphogenetic field. We need that. I guess you don't know what any of that is, but basically we do this thing that's kind of like telepathy. I mean, it isn't really telepathy, but that's probably the closest thing, okay? Espers could resonate their consciousness with another person through this thing called the morphogenetic field. I just had an epiphany. This whole notary game is to prevent the pandemic. This whole notary game was set up to prevent the pandemic, to learn about it, to figure it out, to possibly to work with the antidote, and to send that back, and to figure out who did it, what group did it, figure out as much as they can about it, and send it to the past to prevent the pandemic. That's why this notary game exists. So, with that in mind, assuming I'm right, I'm just going to go with that. I'm just going to stop there while I think I'm ahead. I think that's why this notary game exists. It's not to torture us, it's not to kill us, it's to prevent the pandemic. To prevent Radical 6 from being before it hits. Yeah, don't confirm or deny anything. There is a spoiler chat if you wish to talk there. That's just my thought. Alright, as person who resonated with the consciousness with another person through this thing called the morphogenetic field, the purpose of the first notary game was to research that ability. So they kidnapped kids who had the potential to do it and threw them into the game. Alice had gathered up all the kids from that experiment. Well, I mean, it had been 9 years since it happened, so we weren't really kids anymore. Anyway, everybody, I have no fucking idea what's going on again. Lol. That's okay, Tubzilla. Anyway, everybody she brought in was an Esper. That included me and my brother, of course. I bet you think I'm just making all this up. I don't blame you. It is pretty crazy. I mean, I was even starting to forget I could do that stuff. So when I heard Alice's story, I was like, screw that. I was trying to move on with my life, and now some shady government creep wanted me to use some weird ability I had for them? No way. I wasn't even sure I could do it anymore. Some of the others felt differently, though, and they told Alice. So, hold on. This game's probably sails over many people's heads. Okay, so going off of that thought, so that definitely would explain why Alice and Clover are here. They are here to possibly encourage or determine if one of us has that ability, or to, whatever. They're here for the sake of the government people. Dio is here because he broke in because he's part of the religious nut jobs, and he wants the pandemic to happen. So he, at least I think, he set up him and possibly someone else set up the bombs to blow this facility up before any of us could prevent the pandemic. That's his mission, to destroy this facility so that we don't prevent the pandemic. Okay. Alright. Some of the others felt differently, though, and they told Alice they wouldn't do it. It was a job, after all, and most people wouldn't turn down a salary like that. Alright, I forgot to tell you, she told us how much they'd pay us if we helped. It was a lot. More wealth than you can imagine. Well, we are saving humanity, so. But I was, like, totally against doing it. My brother told me he'd go along with whatever I decided, so I decided we were leaving. A couple days passed, and then Alice showed up at our apartment. She didn't waste time. People behind the first notary game might have been part of the terrorist organization Alice and the SOIS were after. Wasn't that she asked something that I might have wasn't that she asked something that I might have wanted to know more about. That got me curious. My brother too. But the clincher was that Seven said to us he was one of the guys that got abducted with us for the second notary game. She called him on her phone right then and there and handed it to us. You guys are the only people who can do this. Don't know where Junpei is. Which one's Junpei? He's gone off to travel the world looking for Akane. Oh yeah. I haven't been able to get a hold of him. Please, just do me a favor and help Alice out. Junpei equals like 7, another participant for the second notary game. Oh yeah, Junpei was me in the right, yes. Kane, one of the people behind the second notary game. 7 was a Japanese policeman, which was probably how Alice got in touch with him. Anyway, that did it. My brother and I agreed to join the SOIS. For the next couple of months, all we did was train. Half of the time it was general knowledge and technical skills an SOIS agent needed, and the other half was learning to strengthen our Esper abilities. They'd actually known about Espers for quite a while and had a lot of techniques that helped us get better and stronger. After several months of hard work, we were finally ready for our first field missions. Mine was an infiltration. My brother stayed at the base so I could relay information back to him. I was supposed to sneak into a research facility, posing as one of their workers, and then use the morphogenetic field to transmit what I found back to my brother. But everything went wrong. It was a trap. The whole research facility was fake and I got captured. Alice had to come and rescue me. I've been sending information about the inside of the facility to my brother, and Alice used that information to come and find me. As soon as she got there, she picked me up and carried me out. Well, just pick up and go. Yeah. Like dinner, she just went and picked her up. No problem. I was relieved and happy to be alive and free, but I also felt ashamed and miserable. While she was carrying me back out, I started to cry. She was so cool. I wanted to be just like her. So from that day onward, I did everything I could to be more like Alice. Is that why she dresses in such revealing clothes? Because Alice does? Our infiltration ended in failure, but we did manage to get something useful. In fact, we were able to figure out where their headquarters was. The directors decided that December 25th, 2028 would be the day we would strike. This time I promised myself we wouldn't screw it up. I was finally going to get some answers about something that had been with me for most of my life. But then on December 22nd, 3 days before the raid, Alice and I were attacked by people in gas masks while we were going over our plans. This boob job will make me more like Alice, exactly. And then you woke up and you were in the warehouse.
Yeah.
All that talking seemed to have tired Clover out. She sighed and her long hair swayed as she moved. I've got a few questions, Clover. Sorry, I just had to charge my phone a bit there. There we go.
What are they?
Well, first off, your powers, I guess. I'm guessing you can't use them right now?
Yeah. I'm not really sure why. I've been sending my brother messages ever since I woke up, but...
No response.
If there was another Esper here, they could make me stronger. But that's just wishful thinking. Wait. Well, if there's someone else who's stronger than me, then they kind of absorb my powers. Maybe... No, never mind. That's probably not it.
Absorb her powers? Right, whatever. I have some other questions, so moving on. I think I understand what Alice was talking about now. They were trying to spread that virus, right? Okay, so who are they?
I can't tell you that.
What? Why not? You told me all the other stuff, but this is too much?
Well, Alice would be mad at me.
Oh my god. I already told you I wouldn't tell her. Fine, let me rephrase. When are they going to do it?
Well, if we knew that, we wouldn't have gone to all that trouble.
So you don't know?
No. All we know is soon.
But that could mean just about anything.
Yeah. It could be next week or next month or even next year. Or it could have happened already.
Wait, you mean they might have already released the virus?
Wouldn't that make the most sense? Like, how about this room? Or that newspaper article? And the 3 people who were put in cold sleep.
Are you saying you, me, and Alice were frozen and the pandemic happened while we were on ice? Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Nobody else has heard of Radical 6
Maybe they're
either.
lying.
Yes, soon. Really, all 6 of them?
Well, if Kay really does have memory loss, then it's only 5. Quark is out too.
So you're saying Tenmyoji, Dio, Phi, and Luna are all lying? I guess they are a little suspicious.
Right?
What's their motive?
For lying? How would I know?
But what's the motive for a terrorist organization to start a pandemic?
I heard it was something about purifying the unclean?
Purifying the unclean.
Oh, unclean. 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 Unclean.
What? What are you
Shut
doing?
up! Just hold on a minute. I'm this close to remembering.
Remembering?
Unclean. Clean. Een. Een. Een!
Een? She looked up and suddenly excited.
Neostigmine!
What? Neo what?
Did you forget it already?
Yeah, I did.
I'm talking about this stuff.
Actually, she pulled something out of her pocket. Oh yeah, the stuff in the injector gun. Complete with a vial of medication. Was it safe in the treatment center?
Yeah!
Right? I didn't have any idea what it was, so I gave it to
Exactly!
you. Are you saying you've heard about the neostigmine stuff before?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just remembered. My
remembered.
brother told me about that. Neostigmine is a type of colon esterase inhibitor. That means it's a sort of antidote for tubocurarine.
Oh. Sorry, but I just...
How easy do I have to make
so
it?
It'll cure the stuff, the muscle relaxer, so we'd survive it?
Ugh. Okay, fine. I'll start at the top. The stuff I've got in here is neostigmine, which counteracts the muscle relaxant tubocurarine. Following me?
Tubocurarine is the poison our bracelets, right?
It's the second thing we get injected with if we're penalized.
So one of us could survive a
this over
penalization.
Which put you to sleep? I get.
So if we could... Okay.
Yes! Oh my god, how many times are you going to make me say it?
At least once more. So we can just inject ourselves with this if we get penalized.
Yeah! We don't have to die. We're gonna be okay. We can only pull the trigger once, though.
That means we can only use it on one person.
Yeah.
Which means one of us could break the rules once. Like, let's see.
The best way to use it would be for sneaking through the number 9 door. If somebody gets 9 points, they can open it, right? With this stuff, somebody who doesn't have 9 points could still leave with them. Anyway, I'm gonna go tell Alice.
What? Hey! Clover! Wait! Clover! It was too late. Clover was already on the lift gone. Oh, bye-bye, Clover. Damn. I think, understandably upset. With no stairs, my only choice was to wait for the lift to come back down. As soon as it was back, I jumped on and headed upstairs. Oh, hey, Fi. Where'd Clover go? You alright there, Fi? Fi? She didn't say anything, she just stared at me with her mouth half open. Her eyes seemed slightly glazed and her body... Uh-oh. Everyone's alive, a way to cheat the penalty. This is all coming together. Fi? I grabbed his shoulder. Wait. So the injection gun in Luna's room, when Luna and Alice were the ones being horribly murdered, the injection gun was stabbed into Luna's neck. Which meant Luna was still alive. Assuming that's... I'm pretty sure there aren't that many injection guns floating around. But if she had that, she could have faked her own death. Slowly raised her arm, fingers drooping limply from it. She gestured toward the exit that led from the warehouse. This music is too eerie to pause on. That way, she went out that door. Pi's only answer was slow and shallow nod. Right, got it. Thanks. I head for the exit, then paused. It would counteract the sleeping drug, so she'd be out cold. Exactly. She would be out cold, but she would survive the muscle relaxer, so she'd be passed out, but she'd be alive. And yeah. They did check for a pulse. It depends though. But her pulse would have had to have stopped at some point for the brace to come off. But if your pulse has stopped for too long, then you go brain dead. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's a thought. You look pretty tired. Let's get some rest, alright? Still no response. There was something odd about her, but catching Clover seemed like more of a priority. I turned back around and jogged to the door towards the treatment center. Jellyfish. Sympathetic jellyfish. This is weird. Where is everybody? I assumed Alice would be in the treatment center, so Clover would have gone there to find her, but the room was empty. Luna and Tenmyoji were gone too. They'd left Quark, and the readout on his pod said his vital signs were still normal. As far as I could tell, he was still asleep. Fine, guess it's time to go look somewhere else. I made my way out of the treatment center. Until suddenly... No? Okay. It's the food library. What the hell is everybody? Weird. Dot dot dot. Maybe Clover just murdered them all. Surprise twist ending! Clover just murdered them all. Hey, now I'll go back to that room. Oh. What the hell? What's going on here? I can't find anybody. Every single room is empty. Wait, there's one place I haven't checked. The infirmary. The obvious place, of course! Whoa. Ran to the room and stopped short. Might as well have run to a brick wall. My chest tightened so much I could barely breathe. What's happened? I felt my whole body convulse, whether from terror or nausea, I couldn't tell. My legs went limp and I crumpled to the floor. Splat. Something sticky pressed against the palm of my hand. I looked down to see blood. A vast, warm pool of fresh blood stretching out across the room, lapping at my legs and hands. Can't this be real? How could... Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Everybody except K is... Wait. Quark's not here either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm 7. K and Quark are missing. In the middle of the lake of blood, like an island of flesh, were bodies. There were no bloody triangle of lifeless limbs and dead eyes. I guess we're making up for lost time. I was like, oh, everybody's alive. Everybody's happy in this timeline. Well, we're just going to murder everyone at once. The bloody tangle of lifeless limbs and dead eyes with too much blood and chaos for me to tell who was who. Really, you can't tell who was who? Had they sliced themselves open or stabbed one another? I couldn't tell. All the blood. Too much blood. That's right. Quark was in the pod. That's right. Good. That's right. So K is the only one roaming around. Either they all killed themselves from Radical 6, because 5 was acting very weird. And somehow K is immune to it, possibly. I know, right? Well, we were running around for a while. She could have conceivably come back. A scalpel lay in the blood next to them, its handle and blade streaked with gore. It was how they died, this tiny blade. Oh god, this is it. It's all over. This is how it ends. That's right, I have to end it. This nightmare will finally be over. Time to wake up. My fingers scraped across the floor as I picked up the scalpel. I lifted it slowly, carefully to my neck as if someone were guiding my hand with theirs. I drew it across my throat. Bloop. Rip. Game over, we have to start all over again. From the top. I guess that was Clover's end, since we learned so much about her. In Clover ending, everyone dies. Everyone except K, I'd like to point out. Clover end. Okay. I could find... Oh, this one's open up now. Okay. I think it's more likely they killed themselves. They all killed themselves because of Radical 6, but who knows? Do we really need to bother going? I don't think we... I'm gonna guess we don't need to bother going that way, because if we betray Tenmyoji, then what happens? And everyone just gets pissed at us. Tenmyoji probably murders us. Like, I joked about everyone dying, and then it happened. It just happened. Well, we don't have to really scroll up anymore. Well, I guess we might as well see what happens during the betray route, because you gotta know there might be a valuable piece of information in there. You just don't know. It's probably bullshit, but whatever. We'll find out. Me and Clover will have 9 BP, so everyone's gonna gang up on us, and we're gonna get, like, pounded. Or maybe we'll escape. Who knows? Tenmyoji, nice guy. We never betray a poor dying boy. Oh wait, yes we did.
What did you do? No.
Points, please.
What did you do, Clover?
Sorry, it wasn't me.
Sigma, huh?
Yeah.
Care to explain this?
Let's sort of explain. It's exactly what it looks like. I'm getting out of here.
What?
Are you going with him, Clover?
When they all turned to look at Clover, I made my move. Damn, now we got the superpowers. We got the 9 door superpowers. My feet pounded across the metal floor of the warehouse. I ran towards the number 9 door.
Wait!
Later, bitches. You'd have to do better than shouting if you wanted to stop me. I was closer. I was almost there. I took one last running leap and slammed into the wall that unlocked the unlocking device right in front of me. With a yell of triumph, I threw the lever down. Later, bitches. I wonder if we get to see the outside again. Come on, Clover, let's roll. The door began to open. Heavy metallic grind noise filled the room.
Shit, that son of a bitch actually did it?
Yeah, fuck you, Dio. His voice sounded almost surprised. I turned to face him. Sorry. Looks like this is goodbye.
Sigma.
Don't worry. I'll go to the police as soon as I get out and come back with help. I'm not gonna just leave you all here to die.
Shit. I know a liar when I see one.
Yeah, just screw you, Dio. Really? Maybe you should get your eyes checked.
Are you guys just gonna let him run off like this?
No way. I can't allow that. He took advantage of a sick kid. He's just a coward.
Agreed.
I also agree.
That's it then. Let's get him. Ready?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
He's toast.
Uh-oh.
Just leave it to us.
What? Well, hey, now don't do anything you regret. Doors only opens once, you know. You stop me then.
Charge!
Oh shit. Oh shit. I spun back towards face the door. There it was right in front of me. Freedom! I leapt for it. Or at least I tried. Happened to blink of an eye. Suddenly my cheek was being pressed against the cold steel of the warehouse. You freedom!
The number it will.
Shit, let me go! Let me go, God damn it! I can feel something huge, heavy, and metal pressed against my back. Kay had been holding me down. I flailed and kicked, but it didn't do any good. What are you doing? You're just killing yourselves. The door only opens once if you don't.
Go, Clover.
Huh?
You're the only one of us with 9 BP. Nobody else can get out.
But
this is an order from your commanding officer. You are to escape from this facility. Once you've accomplished that, call for help.
that's...
Stop complaining and go. If that door closes, it's all over. None of us will get out of here alive.
Lol,
Leave!
died. Go, Clover, go! Space will narrow quickly. It was still wide enough for a single person to make it through.
Fine. You didn't leave me much choice.
Damn! Couldn't see what happened, but I heard enough to guess. Allison shoved Clover through the door. Look up, I can see Clover's feet just beyond the doorway.
Alice! Go! Call for... I'm counting on you!
Alice! No!
Yeah, this didn't take very long. Yeah, this is definitely waste of a trip, but humorous nonetheless.
The number this thing as escape.
Game over. Yeah, whatever. Nothing new learned there, but we had to check. Because you have to check everything. Because you just don't know. That's fine. That was quick, at least. Alright, so where to from here? So we got lots of choices. Well, we got two choices, actually. We can go here, or we can go here. Yeah, yeah. This one offers us more options. So maybe maybe this will be the quick hit. How can Phi and K be saved? Let me just check the old clock there. Yeah, that's really about it. Just these two. Alright. Well, at least our choices are narrowing down. We're getting there. Like, there's... Assuming this one's, like, the end one, like I think it is, it's probably gonna go, like fucking infinity down here. So, we're getting there. So let's go this way. How could Phi and K be saved?
Maybe they did go through the door, like Kay said. Or
what? Better give me that. Maybe they're already dead, crap. I got enough of it from Dio. This isn't funny, Phi. If you're right, then you, Kay, and Quark, and I are the only people still alive in here.
Hey, Leia, I want to believe they're alive too, but...
Heard a noise and turned. Yeah. Dio and the old woman are dead. Yeah, Dio's like
I apologize
trapped
for
in
keeping
the one pod.
Did you get Dio's bracelet?
Well, technically, yes, but
Huh?
best you just see it. This is what I...
Oh, yeah.
I see. That's what they wanted. Whoever killed Dio wanted to use the game to kill me and Kay. That's why they broke the bracelet.
I think so. It makes the most sense.
Yeah, Luna is dead too. Supposedly dead. Alice is dead at like 90%. a lot of the timelines, Alice is dead.
Go on ahead, Sigma. You have those bracelets Kay gave you, right? You should be able to get through the secondary door with... So just...
Fuck that, you know, I can't ditch
But
you
if you
guys.
stay here, you'll...
They gotta know that what kind of monster am I just to leave you here to die. Calm down, just calm down and think. There had to be a way to save them, there had to.
The first is an anesthetic. Your bracelet give you.
My brother told neostigmine is a type. That means it's sort of.
But that means we've only saved one of them, right?
Give it back. I found it, so it's mine.
Of course, the
antidote.
Didn't have any time to explain. I just took off running. It's all sprint lines.
Sigma, where are you going?
Stay here. I'll be right back. Bolt out of the warehouse toward the treatment room. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We gotta get the injection gun off of Dio, and then I guess we send Dio put his pocket. Come on, come on, come on, please still have it. Sweat pouring down from his face, but I didn't bother to wipe it off. There wasn't time. I dug fanatically through Dio's coat until found it. Oh, it's only one dose. Injection gun uses the whole bottle at once. Shit, I can't save them both.
1.
How do we even inject K anyway? Shit! One minute, go!
3. Chromatic door.
Oh dear.
Sigma.
Look! Sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing through my veins, but I knew it was there. First, it would be the anesthetic Sopril. I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, I felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble. They gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor. No, I couldn't fall asleep. I had to give one of them the antidote before my bracelet injected me with topocrine. Every ounce of my strength I could muster, I forced my eyes back open. Kane finally limp on the floor in front of me. In my right hand, I could feel the injector gun, which is precious cargo. I could only pull the trigger once. Who was I going to choose, Phi or K? Ooh. No, what was I thinking? There was only one answer. Phi. I didn't even have a choice. After all, K's entire body was covered in impenetrable metal. That's fair. I'm sorry, K. I summoned about as much energy as I could and dragged myself towards Phi. After what felt like an eternity, I was finally within arm's reach. No time to waste. I pressed the gun to her arm and pulled the trigger.
What the hell?
I injected you with neostigmine. It's a type of film inhibitor. It's the antidote for the muscle relaxant. Because I can't use the injection gun on K. I'd never get through the metal.
Then why didn't you inject?
Because I'm a robot and I'll be fine. I guess you got a point. Honestly, didn't even cross my mind.
The biggest idiot on the planet.
Hey, come on. Is that any kind of thing to say to somebody who's about to die? How about something more tender?
No, screw this. I don't want to live if it means being in debt to you. No goddamn. I'm not.
Have a nice nap. Words slurred and slow, her eyes fluttered close. She wasn't dead, of course. I could hear the faint sound of her breathing and see her chest rise and fall. Good, Phi's gonna be alright. Okay. Sorry, buddy. Looked over in his direction. That was when I noticed it. Open. You're gonna be so mad when you get up from this nap. Looks like you insert something that says open, so maybe if you put some kind of key in
You could
there.
open up the suit and take the mask off.
Wait, then he... But when could he have?
Yes. No, it was empty when I found it.
What if he lied? Could K have taken the key? how he got. It didn't really matter anymore. What did matter was that Kay had been able to remove his armor, and he had. What? And that would mean Dio's killer. Ooh. I caused as much strength as I could from my increasingly lethargic body and crawled towards Kay. Kay, wake up! Come on, talk to me. I grabbed his shoulder and shook him until he finally shifted and spoke.
Sigma.
I just need to know one thing. Did you kill Dio? You weren't sleeping, were you? After I left, you took off your armor. You didn't want to go the same way I had, so you took the other door. After you went the long way around through the warehouse and the crew quarters, you headed for the elevator. PC was mysteriously open. It was a fourth room? Oh, okay. He left it like a discarded shell. I bumped into Fi and we went back to the lounge to check on you. We saw you. We saw your armor, I guess, but then you would have been out of it. While we were in the lounge, you went to the treatment room and killed Dio. You must have turned off the oxygen to his pod, although you probably didn't stick around to make sure he died. I'm betting you were in a hurry to get back before Fi and I noticed something was up. Once you got back to floor A, you needed us out of the lounge, so you made a noise in the hall to lure us out. Then you ran around and took the long way back to the lounge so you could enter through the rear door. What do you say? You pretended to wake up, very disoriented and confused. What is it? Come on, Kay. I'm almost out of time. Did you kill Dio?
Yes, your reasoning is correct. I killed him because
Why?
I couldn't forgive him. He took the life of someone very important to me.
The old woman.
I couldn't... The old woman. She was like a mother to me.
Oh, she's the assistant to the doctor in his past story.
She showed me how to see meaning in my life. Yes, I am. She was the woman who came here when I was 18.
What do you mean here?
Sigma, unfortunately, we are out of time. There's something I have to tell you. I made a promise that you would hear it. Do you understand? This is very important. You must pay attention. You cannot
Forget. He wasn't making sense. I was about to die. What on earth would I be remembering anything more than a few seconds?
If you see a lion with two heads devouring the sun, remember these letters. M-I-L-K-E-V-O-L-I.
Milkavoli? Hold on here. Let's see. We'll put it down here. M-I-L-K-E-V. It's like ravioli, but with milk? Yeah, totally.
This will open the second gate.
What the hell? Hey, Kay! Who told you to tell me this? No, who are you? Show me! Show me who you really are. I grabbed a hold of Kay's mask and tore it off. He just tore it off? No, that's... Who was that? That face. It's my face. Felt sharp pain in my wrist and my body collapsed unceremoniously. It's my face? Second drug. If I'm a robot, why am I affected by drugs? My vision began to blur and my head felt unnaturally heavy. What? Why does he look like me? Why does he have my face? The world faded away and my consciousness slipped down into the cold, dark waters of nothingness. Makes no sense. I mean, I'm sure they'll talk about it later, but... Is that K's ending? K, okay, we got K's ending. The whole time he just ripped it off. I guess it was open, so... The password and a username. So you can't yet, okay. Well, it could be, termite? Could be it. Like that one dude was saying. What's this one? 5 minutes of life. Well, I guess this is our only choice then. We're narrowing down on the choices that we have, so... Alright. Infirmary. There isn't enough antiviral medication. Ah, yes. After the escape. So now we're going to remember that there's like the replicator or whatever in the lab.
Alright, please pay attention. You need to hear the atom has been...
What did it...
We explored the laboratory. It was on the other side of the red door. I happened to notice Quark putting... Whether or not that was his intention is unclear. It didn't to be. We were...
Who cares? Hurry up!
What?
Does it really matter if she goes... What?
There's a...
Yeah.
Another...
Right.
We have to choose, or do we?
Nothing. That one bottle was it.
No, unfortunately not.
No.
Oh, God.
Justin.
Only...
Who should...
Alex or Quark?
Then what do we go...
How?
I needed to calm down. I think there had to be some way to save them both. I knew there was a way. IG equals immunoglobulin.
Do you know what immunoglobulin is? It's another name for antibodies. Some people have antibodies that can fight off Radical 6.
IG replicator.
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
Like
Yeah,
a copy machine.
probably copies IG, whatever that is. Who knows? Ice cream by the gallon?
That's it. I've got it. The IG replicator in the laboratory. It's an immunoglobulin replication machine. You should be able to finish this game this week if you do 2-3 nights. Oh, really? Oh, thank God.
What?
I can copy immunoglobulin antibodies. Luna just said Accelavir is made from antibodies. That means we can make more Accelavir.
Hold on a moment. There is a strange device in the laboratory that says IG replicator on it. Clover and I examined it thoroughly when we were in that room.
Yeah, we never could figure out what it did, though.
Exactly. My question is, how do you know about it, Sigma?
I saw it when I was in the laboratory.
Probably when you were looking for Alice, right?
The deal was wrong. I hadn't gone to the laboratory. I was looking for Alice. I didn't think I'd ever been in the laboratory. So how did I know about the IG replicator?
If what he's saying is true, then we should be able to duplicate the Accelavir. That would mean we could cure Alice and Quark.
Let's go have a look then. The laboratory, right?
Yeah, no time to waste.
No time to waste. Can't leave me here. Do you think we can stay behind and look after them?
Oh, of course. I'd be happy to.
I bet you would. make all the duplicates. Yeah, you know, just in case. I mean, should. They should make as many as possible. Just have the thing constantly duplicating. It's like, oh, you know, we have the cure for the horrible virus outside. Well, let's just make enough of the 2 people that are infected. Surely more people won't get infected. Nah.
So this is the...
Yes.
Where's this?
Right
so
here.
this can copy the Accelavir?
Think so.
What are we waiting for?
Calm down, don't rush me. Like the vial already protrude from the other side. Presumably that was where the duplicated Excalibur would go. Ready? I push this button,
Skip it. Just press the damn...
Alright, and pressed. Maybe K, we'll learn that. Yes.
Have a look. The empty vial has something in it now.
And the vial Sigma used remains as it was. It does not seem to have lost any of its contents.
So...
Would have been pretty bad if it hadn't.
Alright, let's get this thing back to the infirmary. Well, let's make some more. I slipped them deftly into my pocket.
What happened?
Sorry, my hand
You
slipped.
dropped one of them?
Yeah, just
What
one
the
though.
hell? What if you'd broken it, you idiot?
Come on, if it broke it, we could just make another copy. Pretend you could reply if I spoke.
Guys?
Look down and see her staring intently at something beneath the table.
You see? It did break!
No, the vial's fine. See?
Then what the heck is going on down there?
What the hell was that?
Take a look.
Ooh, the number 2 bomb.
Whoa. Really? That makes 2 then.
Guess Kay was right after all.
So there were more bombs.
So it would seem.
Was this here when you guys came through the first time?
No.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, and I looked real hard.
Then somebody must have said it while we were looking for Alice.
Who the hell would do that?
Who indeed? We're all looking for Alice. It could have been any one of us.
No, not any of us. I was back in the infirmary. Quark was still out, so I was keeping an eye on him.
So we shouldn't consider you a suspect.
I know, why not make
Is that
more?
right?
They're just happy with the 2. It's like, no, just make more antidotes.
Yeah.
Just keep
Quark's
making more.
too.
But Tenmyoji,
Maybe they don't have
you
more
have
empty
no proof
vials.
that you
I don't
spent the
know.
entire time in the infirmary, do you?
What?
You could have quietly made your way to the laboratory, planted the bomb.
That's insane! Listen to yourself! There's no way in hell I'd have left Quark all by himself to go plant a goddamn bomb!
Hey, what's this thing?
Well, I didn't say this at the time, but what we learned from Kay's ending is one thing we learned from Kay's ending. This place is the laboratory he grew up in. This is like where the research was done, I guess, to make the original virus. Grab something from under the table.
It looks like a
Ooh.
memory card.
Where was it?
Right under the bomb. It was down on the floor under the table.
Could it have been put here by the same person who set the bomb? There was nothing like it here when we examined this room. Unless it was left here intentionally, yes. I imagine so.
What do you think's on it?
Yeah, I guess.
I plucked the card out of hand and looked around the room. Nothing. Well, we can take it back to the infirmary. Someone set us up the bomb? Yes, they did. Oh, yes, they did. When you plug in something that can read memory cards.
So what do we do?
Ten minutes remain. All players, if no...
Guys, I think maybe...
Yeah, you're right. We've got what we came here for.
What should we do about the, bomb?
Not much we can do except leave it here. Alice said it'd be dangerous to touch them.
True, but...
Drop it. We can talk about the bombs later. Right now we need to take care of Alice and Quark.
Right, so go back to Prairie, get in the accelerator, and head back to Florida.
Right.
So, make some more? I guess we just
oughta
made
do
more.
It might take a little while, but they should recover.
Voice was quiet as she backed away from Alice and Quark. In her hand was the injection gun. She carefully removed the empty vial and placed it gently in the cabinet with the other one. Over in the laboratory, Luna moved Quark to a crude cot. They both looked peaceful as they slept. The madness I'd seen on their faces before was completely gone.
Are they really going to be alright?
Yes, the analysis I did on the vials confirmed that the duplicate was real Excelivir. The original was genuine too, of course. Now that they've been treated...
It's only a matter of time before the virus is eliminated.
I believe so, yeah.
Oh man, what a relief.
What
I
a
was
relief.
really worried.
I feel like we should just inject us all with it, just, you know, to be safe. Give her a reassuring pat on the back.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling.
Alright, everybody. We can be relieved later. Right now we need to get to the AB rooms and fast.
I haven't saved in a while. Or I guess it hadn't been that long anyway.
Damn. Don't even have time to catch our breath.
Let's go. Where's Tenmyoji?
He stayed back in the infirmary.
Why?
Well, when we were all heading out, I noticed he wasn't doing anything. So I asked him if he was coming with us, and this is what I got.
I'm still worried about Quark and Alice. I think I'll stick around and make sure they're okay.
I see. That means that Phi's only opponent will be Dio.
1-1, huh?
That's cool. Nothing to worry about. I plan to choose Ally. You know why?
Because I've only got one BP.
Exactly. If you chose Ally and I betrayed you, your BP would drop below 0 and... well, we know what happens then. I want to win, but I'm not that desperate.
Yes, you most certainly are. You must... fuck you,
You see what I'm saying, right?
Tenmyoji and Dio are a pair. Tenmyoji only had one BP left. Since Dio said he's going to pick Ally, Phi can't really pick anything else. If she does, Tenmyoji will...
And he knows that, so of course he's gonna pick Betray.
Yeah, that's pretty much...
Kay and I are gonna be going one-on-one too, right? Since Quark's still sleeping.
That is correct.
How many BP do you guys have?
I've got 6.
As do I.
Tough
If one of them can get the other to Ally, and then betray that person, the betrayer will have 9 points.
Look, Kay, I know you don't really have any reason to trust me, but...
I know. You would like us both to vote Ally, yes?
Yeah.
I agree. If we were to both betray, then we would gain no points. We would lose nothing either, but that's hardly relevant. If both of us cooperate, then we will both gain 2 points, which is much more beneficial.
Right. You're really gonna do it, right?
Yes.
Promise?
Promise.
we know Kay doesn't give a shit about a promise, but maybe he's okay now that there's not a body count in this one.
Polling closes.
Shit, this is bad. We need to move.
Indeed. Shall we?
So who am I against? Dio, K, Fine, Clover took off Lily, headed towards the AB room. Counting on the left, Dio went to the room, K went to the other 4 room, Fine, Clover went to room 5, 4, 6 respectively. There is a bomb count though, this is true. I left with Luna and myself. What do you think about taking the one on the far
Sounds
left?
good.
That's so. We head in the AB room. Blah 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 blah. Me, Luna, versus Alice. Okay. Who has 1 BP? Yeah. That'd be pretty shitty to kill her. There's no way that timeline ends well when we kill Alice, so...
You know Alice is still in so
pick ally, right? Yep.
Yes.
I know. I'm not really trying to betray someone who isn't voting. Not to be sappy, but it was kind of a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. I grinned back at her. I knew what I was doing. For a minute, the nerdy game didn't seem so scary.
10 seconds.
That kind of dialogue is deeply suspicious.
Game 9, 8, 2, 1.
Ally. Hey. Three others too. Yeah. Lou and I stepped out of the AB room. I had one BP too, did I?
Okay.
Oh well.
Results from round 2. Please start.
Oh, so I did. Betray. What? Wait, what? Wait, wait, how does she vote? Isn't she in the infirmary? Wait a minute. What the fuck? Oh, they also betrayed each other. Interesting. A lot of betraying going around here. But yeah, obviously they betrayed because she knew Dio would betray. That was smart of Fi. I like for comedic effect. Damn though, we're screwed.
Points, please.
What? Wasn't possible. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, looked again. No, that's not possible. How can Alice vote betray? It's a question I would never know the answer to. There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist. Barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing in my veins, but I knew I was there. First would be the anesthetic soaparill. I blinked and my vision blurred. When I tried to think, I felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble. Then gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor. This is one of the ones where she picks the opposite of you no matter what in round 1, so I genuinely forgot she had 6.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on!
Oh no! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Sigma!
No, why?
My eyelids felt like they were made of lead, but I forced them open. Everything was growing blurry, but I noticed that the door to the second AP room was open. No one had gone into that room. I'd watched them all. And yet, there she stood, an apparition that couldn't possibly be real. Alice. The world gradually going black and my mouth refused to form words, but my head echoed with questions. How? Why? What was she doing there? Had she run in the last moment after Lou and I entered the room? But even if she had, why choose betray? The darkness closed over my mind as well, my questions were gone forever. Well, rip us. Let's try that again. Oh, god damn it, I hit return. Fuck. I hate when I do that. Of course, betray that bitch. She betrayed me. Totally fine, Luna. Don't panic. When I stepped out of the AV room.
Why? What happened to... It's not... I thought...
Hey, you thought. You understand why I picked Betray instead. I almost felt unconscious, like some other part of my mind was making a decision. Perhaps I'd been possessed by some sort of evil spirit that moved my finger to the Betray button against my own will. Right, well, we should go see the results.
We already know what they are. It's just simple...
Look in her eyes was even more painful than any punch I'd ever taken. I turned away and almost ran towards the projector. Anything to get away from those eyes.
Results from round, please.
Betrays across the board. We have made 0 progress.
Points, please.
What? It wasn't possible. No, how can Alice's vote be Betray? It's not possible. Alice? She was standing inside the second room from the left, the room that should have been empty. But why? My mind was still reeling. Where did she come from? As I was trying to form a sentence, she began to move towards us. From around me, I heard a chorus of muted gasps. It seemed we were united in our surprise and confusion. Alice drew to a stop in front of me and glanced up at my display.
Thought you'd get an easy couple points, huh? Not so easy when you have to look your victim in the eye, is it?
Fuck you.
Coward.
Damn. Me a coward? You got some balls saying that to me after you picked Betray. Why are you even here?
You gave me the antivirus, didn't you? Tenmyoji told me. Thank you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, honestly.
But you should still be under the effects of the anesthetic.
Yes, well, I still am. A bit. I have a throbbing headache, and I can barely stand. It's horrible. I'm more resistant to anesthetics than most people. A result of my training. I have a feeling Zero Senior knew that. They gave me way more than the standard dose of that gas when they kidnapped me. In any event, a few minutes ago I woke up in the infirmary. Tenmyoji explained what was going on, and I got here as fast as I could.
Okay, well that's not such a weird explanation.
Yes, right in the nick of time, too. About 10 seconds before the deadline, as I recall.
You did that just so you could betray us?
Right. What? Don't I get to do that? I mean, it turned out to be the right thing to do, didn't it? You two chose Betray. If I'd stayed back there, I'd have lost 2 points.
So you're saying it was self-defense?
Yes.
You're full of shit. Self-defense my ass. You chose Betray because you wanted out. You had 6 BP. If I'd picked Ally, you would be at 9. That's what you were trying to do,
So what if
right?
I was?
Are you serious? You would have killed me. Look, I only have 1 BP. You were this close to murdering me. Just admit it. You were planning to kill me so you could escape.
Don't be stupid. I knew you'd choose Betray. There was...
Tell the
That is
truth.
the truth. Why am I the only one getting the 3rd degree here? Look at those results. 2 other people just tried to kill someone.
That's true. Fine.
Yes. If Dia had chosen Ally, Fi would have killed Tenmyoji. And if she'd chosen Ally, Dia would have killed her.
I don't want to be rude, but it looks like Clover and Kay tried to trick one another. Not that it seems to have worked. If either one had chosen Ally, the other one would have 9 BP right now.
You hang your head in shame, sir. Turn to look at the results again. Before I can only see looking at my own. I didn't realize that there was only one word across the whole roster. Betray. Whatever trust we'd managed to build had fallen apart. Everyone was suspicious of everyone else. Had it been the bombs? Or had it been something else? Whatever the reason, if it kept up, we'd never manage to escape. We'd be trapped in a cycle of 0-point rounds for the rest of our lives. Something had to be done. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. Alright guys, pay attention. You probably already figured this out, but we can't keep going like this. If we don't start being a little more trusting, we'll never gonna get out of here. We need to work together. I might as well have been talking to a wall.
My apologies, Sigma, but I need to think on something for a bit. I would appreciate being left alone.
I'll be leaving too. Things are getting a little too intense here for my delicate constitution. Sorry.
Delicate constitution.
Well, in that case...
Yeah, Without another word, she turned and left the warehouse. Dio and Kay quickly followed suit.
See? There's your answer. In the end, everyone's just thinking about themselves. So I would appreciate it if you could not treat me like I'm the only villain here. Come on, Clover.
Hold on! I'm coming! Are you feeling okay? I was really worried, you know?
I watched them walk away. Clover practically jumped with the light to have Alice back. Before long, they reached the yellow door and disappeared beyond.
Everyone's gone.
You aren't going to leave too? Are you sure? I chose
I
betray.
know, but I still believe in you, Sigma.
Aw.
I think your hand must have just slipped or something.
It's very naive of you, but thank you all the same.
Right?
Sure. I just heard and I blinked. I felt something hot and wet prick the corners of my eyes. Luna, I bit my lip. Before I could think of anything to say, the metallic rumble of the doors closing echoed through the warehouse.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Star Keys. There is the...
As many times as
Yes,
we want,
as
huh?
long as we have the star keys. That means we can keep playing the AB...
Yes.
Do you remember what Zero Jr. said?
As soon as the gates open.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
a...
Cyan pair, magenta pair.
They could be anything. We won't know until we have a look.
80 minutes till the next set of chromatic doors.
Everyone else has gone off on their own.
Yeah. Physically and emotionally, I really don't like how this is going. It won't matter how many times we repeat the AB game if nobody trusts anybody else. We'll never be able to get out of
Maybe
here.
it would help if we all had a common goal. Something to unite our hearts and minds.
Yeah, but we've already got something like that. We all want to get out of here. Seems like a pretty clear goal to me, but everybody chose betray, including me.
Well, what if we have an enemy? Yes,
Enemy?
a common foe. Like the person who set the bombs, for instance.
After coming back from the lab, I told her about the bomb while she gave Alice and Quark Accelavir. Now, apparently survival is just, not enough. Yeah, that might work. If we figure out which one of us planted those bombs, then everyone else worked together against them.
Right.
How do we figure out who it is?
Do you have any clues?
Clues. Feel that memory card. Alright, the memory card. I pulled it out of my pocket and held it out toward her.
What's this?
I told you, a memory card. It was under the bomb we found in the lab. I think whoever set the bomb
Really?
dropped it. Yeah. I don't know what's on it, though. You can find any kind of memory card reader.
I guess we can't really use it then. Oh, wait a second. You know what? I think I might have seen something.
The TV in the
Yes, I
infirmary.
remember the infirmary. I saw there was a memory card. Yes, I think we can see what's on it. The computer there should be able to read it.
Yep. Luna and I explode into the infirmary, nearly running into Alice, Clover, and Tenmyoji. Quark was there as well, of course, but he was just where we'd left him, asleep on the bed.
What are you doing here?
I opened my mouth to retort, then thought better of it. If I really want people to start trusting each other, well, real change starts at home. As quick as I could, I explained the second bomb and the memory card, and how we'd come to the infirmary in hopes we could discover the contents of the ladder.
Okay.
Then stick it in already!
Go ahead.
Anyway. Just as Luna had said, there was a small slot under the screen, exactly the right size to fit a memory card. Within moments, the screen was filled with what appeared to be random letters. I thought she'd never ask. Oh, baby, look at them letters. This is like the Sunday paper. What words can we find? I see that good old word Zek and Nirax and Tion. Oh, I love me some Tion.
6 rows, 22 letters each.
It looks like the odd rows use one set of letters, and the even rows use another set.
Yeah, I guess they are the same set.
In other words, the first 2 rows just repeat.
Yeah.
Kind of
It
code or
doesn't look
something?
random to me. I think there might be a pattern. I just don't know what it is.
Was there anything else on there?
No, it doesn't look like it.
So all you guys is gibberish. Alice, haven't you said... You haven't said anything for a while.
Does
What's
any
up?
of this look familiar to you, Clover?
What do you mean?
Have you seen something like this before? Maybe during your training?
Training?
This is...
So you do recognize it.
All right, knock it off, you two. How about you share it with the rest of the class?
Alice sighed and stretched her neck from side to side.
I believe this is an encoded message from a terrorist organization.
What?
They call themselves the Myrmidons.
Myrmidons. For some reason, I felt like I'd heard that name before.
What are the Myrmidons?
Put simply, they're a bunch of thugs who are trying to destroy or dismantle most of human civilization.
So this thing we're looking at, you think it's theirs?
Well, they have a number of different codes, but I do think this is one of them.
Then the bomb?
It was said by one of the Myrmidons, wasn't it?
Dio.
Yes. Well, I can't say for sure, of course, but it seems likely.
Yeah, I got a ton of questions for you. But let me start with this one. What the heck does that thing say?
I don't know. How am I supposed to decode it? I don't have the key. Without a key, it would take literally hundreds of years to decode.
What about you, Clover?
Well, if Alice doesn't know how, I sure don't.
Not much we can do then. We can come back to that code stuff later. I've got another question. Alice, Clover, who the hell are you? Why do you know about this code? You told me your job was to eliminate enemies of the state or something like that. Just what the hell kind of job is that? I think it's time for you told us what to do.
Sorry, but I can't. Because
Why
you
not?
might be one of them. You might be the person who set the bomb.
That's idiotic. Of course
Really?
I'm not.
And where's your proof? For all I know, you're my enemy. I can't tell you anything.
I'm not your enemy. I'm your ally. I'm your friend. I just want us to all get out of here. Just please tell us. Please? We need to find out who did this so we can all escape. But we have too little information. We need your help. Fine. If you won't tell us about yourself, then just tell us about the Myrmidons. What else do you know about them?
I'm sorry.
Before I could blink, she'd leapt up and run out of the room. Damn. Hey, wait, Alice! I took off after her. That was quite
How
the-
long are you going to keep following me?
Until you tell me what
Then
you
why
know.
don't you just ask Clover? You
Clover?
already know she works with me. Then
Well,
why don't
yeah.
you...
I want to hear it
Why?
from you. Because you got bigger boobs. I mean, that's a good question. Remember the crew quarters or this garden? We got paired up for 2 separate rounds. It means I spent more time with you than anybody else here. Maybe that's it. Guess I'm just curious about you.
What are you talking about?
She spun around to hide it, but I caught a blush of red on her cheeks. No. We walked down the path to where it ended next to the pond. I stayed silent. Alice sat down on the bench. We gazed at the smooth surface of the pond for several long minutes before she began to speak.
You don't hate me?
What? Why?
I tried to kill you.
You mean
Yes.
the AB game?
I was so scared. Who wouldn't be? Kidnapped and locked up, forced to play some sort of bizarre game. And then we found that bomb. I know I probably sounded calm, but as soon as we found that thing, all I wanted to do was run away from it as fast as I could.
I'd say it's a fair reaction. I mean, it's a bomb.
Things just went downhill from there. I remember hearing that Quark had collapsed and running to the infirmary with everyone else. When I got there, I realized I couldn't understand what anyone was saying, and everything looked... I don't know how to describe it. It was like watching a video on fast forward, only it was real. Then I started to feel like... It's hard to explain. I guess you could say I didn't feel like I was myself, and it only got worse.
That was probably the
Yes,
Radical
I think
Six.
so. I don't remember much after that. But when I woke up in the infirmary, suddenly all that... All I could think about was getting out of this place as fast as I could. It never even crossed my mind that it could kill you. God help me, even if it had, I don't think I would have cared. See? I'm horrible. You hate me, don't you? Just do it!
Do what?
Kill me! Get it over with!
What? Well, I'm not gonna kill you. I don't even hate
You're
you.
lying! I could have killed you! I would have killed you!
Come on, calm down. No one's killing anyone. It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. A single tear rolled down Alice's cheek. Then another and another, leaving shining lines across her face. When I reached out, I saw her tense just slightly. Slowly, I brushed my thumb across her cheek off, taking a tear with it.
Why are you doing this?
Because boobs.
You know, you kind of remind me of my father.
Whoa. Creepy a little bit. What about not like an ex-boyfriend or something? Why is it gotta be your... Although the dad caught... Never mind. We'll go with the dad thing. That's you were after, right? The boy who killed your dad?
Yes.
Did they have anything to do with the Myrmidons?
Will you promise not to tell Clover that I cried? If you keep your mouth shut, I'll tell you what you want to know. About myself. And about the Myrmidons. Deal?
Deal. Sure,
Really?
that's your seal. I'm crying. I don't remember crying.
Good. Alright then.
Hold on. We still got a ways to go. This might be... Maybe this is Alice's ending? Anyway. Alice took a deep breath and began. My father is Egyptian, but my mother is French. They met while my mother was in Egypt on vacation and married shortly thereafter. When I was 3, we all moved to the US. My father was a scientist and his field was cloning. He was recruited by an American lab, which was why we moved. Both of my parents had used English around me from the time I was born, so I didn't have any problems adapting to life in the United States. By my 9th birthday, we'd been here for 6 years. That was when it happened. In the middle of the day, my mother showed up at school. Her eyes were red and puffy, but she didn't say anything to me on the drive home. When we arrived, there were several policemen there to meet us. My father had always been a very punctual man, and when dinner time came and went with no sign of him, even I began to realize something terrible had happened. It wasn't until several years later that I finally learned the truth. My father's lab had been attacked by terrorists, and he had been kidnapped. For the rest of my childhood, my mother raised me by herself. I didn't realize it then, but it must have been incredibly difficult for her as a single mother alone in a country where any relatives were a transatlantic flight away. You know, I'll tell you, one thing that I've definitely learned with being a dad now is I have no idea how these single parents do it. Like, my God, they must be made of stronger stuff. It is so incredibly hard to be a single parent. My God. Not that I'm a single parent, but I can... Like, knowing how hard it is with 2 parents... Like, I can't even imagine being a single parent. Oh my God, that must be incredibly difficult. Anyway. They do it because their kids need it. Oh yeah, of course, you do it. You do the best you can for your kid. And it's just so incredibly hard. She did her best not to let me see it, but every so often she thought she was alone, the mask would fall away, and every line of her face I could see exhaustion and loneliness. As much as I missed my father, it was those moments that made me wish more than anything that he'd never been taken. It does you find strength. I'm sure you do. It's just, I hope you never have to find that strength. Fortunately, I was an excellent student. I did especially well in math. I earned a full-ride scholarship straight out of high school and spent the next several years studying. Do full-ride scholarships do those even exist anymore? I mean, maybe for someone like her who has like a diverse background, some schools do take that kind of stuff heavily, but I can't remember the last time I ever heard anyone getting a full ride anywhere. Anyway. After graduation, I took a job with the Department of Defense, hoping that they might have the resources to help me look for my father. I was immediately assigned to the Special Office of Internal Security. Their purpose is to investigate and sometimes deal with terrorist organizations that are serious threats to the state. They exist at least in Canada land. I could tell my mother wasn't happy about my decision, but she chose to remain silent about it. Eventually I learned that the terrorist organization that had taken my father was none other than the Myrmidons, although at the time, that name didn't mean anything to me. They were suspected of human cloning. Specifically, it was thought that they had been using cloning techniques to copy their most useful members and expand their ranks. The Myrmidons apparently believed that they could use cloning to create a new race of humans. Now at last, I knew the reason for my father's abduction. The commander of the Myrmidons is a man named Left. We know his name and his gender, but not his appearance or his age. Myrmidons are closely associated with a cult known as Free the Soul. We believe Free the Soul provides their funding. We try to pin any kind of misdeeds on the cult's leader, a man named Brother. It's like trying to nail Jello to a wall. Brother is supposed to be fairly advanced in years and rumored that he is so old he can't even get out of bed. Unfortunately, his mind seems to be as sharp as ever. At that point, I hit a wall. I knew the Myrmidons had been behind my father's kidnapping, but that was all I could learn about them. Then one day I got a tip that some of them were hiding in a building in the Nevada desert. I headed out there immediately. On the way there, my car had some engine trouble and stalled out. I was trying to decide what to do when an SUV appeared out of nowhere. I'll give you one guess who was behind the steering wheel. Clover. That was the first time we met. There was 4 other people in the car with her, and when I asked them what they were doing... Sorry, I lost my spot. And when I asked them what they were doing, I got what was just about the last answer I'd expected. They told me that they'd been locked up inside the very building I've been on my way to investigate, and that they were currently in pursuit of the people who had kidnapped them in the first place. My priorities shifted very quickly. After a short discussion, I convinced them to allow me to come along. My hope was to find the people they were chasing, who I was certain were Myrmidons. In the end, however, we were unable to track them down. In fact, I still don't know where they might have gone. Eventually, I took Clover and her companions to the SOIS headquarters. We decided that involving the police would only complicate things. After some questioning, it was determined that people who had investigated this particular event were not connected to the Myrmidons. We did, however, discover that the mysterious disappearances and subsequent reappearance of several children 9 years prior was connected to Free the Soul. Really? So the first nunnery game was connected to Free the Soul. There was also a 6th person in the SUV, although they weren't riding in it per se. A middle-aged man, who I'll be calling H for now, had been bound and placed in the trunk. That was 1. According to the other 4, he had been behind the disappearance of the children 9 years earlier. We also learned the pharmaceutical company, a major player in the world stage, was effectively controlled by Free the Soul. More specifically, I suppose, H was a member of Free the Soul and very committed to their cause. So why had he kidnapped all those children? Apparently it had been part of an experiment designed to test the ability of certain people to access what's called a morphogenetic field. I don't imagine you've ever heard of it before, but I'll try and give you a quick rundown. Yeah, Ace was a piece of shit. Simply put, these people could actually... I was shocked, however, to learn that their experiments had been carried out by members of Free the Soul. If it was that case, then Brother must have known about it. The thought of him discovering a way to control and harness the power was terrifying. It wasn't too long after the incident in Nevada that another tip about the Myrmidons crossed my desk. If they burn, they burn. It wasn't too long after the incident in Nevada that another tip across my desk. This time it claimed that the Myrmidons intended to launch a large-scale biological terrorist attack. My boss decided we needed more agents to deal with a threat of the magnitude that Clover was recruiting. Because she'd been a test subject in H's experiments, we knew... she had the ability to access the morphogenetic field. And we wanted to put that ability to use. Just checking the clock. Still got 20 minutes. After several months of training, she was sent on her first mission. She was tasked with the infiltration and investigation of Myrmidon's cloning lab. I was assigned to be her commanding officer. I hoped that our investigation might also give me a lead on my father's whereabouts. At last I had a chance to find out what had happened to him. I wouldn't let that chance pass me by. Perhaps that was what kept me from noticing the truth. The whole operation was a trap. The lab was a fake and Clover was captured almost immediately. I got there as fast as I could, but when I arrived, the building was only an empty shell. Sorry, my nose itches. All the conspirators who had pretended to be researchers and the like had already fled. I searched frantically for Clover until at last in the basement room I found her. She'd been tied to a chair, but on the floor next to her was another body. It was my father. He looked as if he'd just been dumped there, and when I got to him his body was already cold. He was covered in dark, ugly bruises. It wasn't until later that I learned he had died from ruptured organs and internal bleeding. They had beaten him to death. As soon as Clover had been captured, a Myrmidon in a mask had come to visit her. He said that unless she wanted to end up like my father, she would leave them alone and tell her masters at the SOIS to do likewise. In retrospect, they must have known who I was and who my father was. That's why they killed him. Perhaps I thought they were sending a message to me, or that once he was gone, I'd lose my reason for chasing him. They were very, very wrong. I took Clover with me and left. I tried to console myself with the fact that I had at least been able to save her. Sometime later, I received a call from the coroner. He told me there was something I needed to see. There in the morgue was my father, cold and pale on a steel table. I could barely stand up to look at him, but the coroner insisted. On his arm were 2 rows of numbers comprising of 8s and 9s. It took me a moment to recognize my father's handwriting. He had carved them into his own skin. On his chest was another message, but there were letters this time, not numbers. Not many, just enough to make a short sentence. I love you, Alice. I broke down crying right there in the morgue. They were the first tears I'd shed since the operation had started, and there was no stopping them. There would be no forgiveness, not for the monsters who put my father through this. They destroyed my family. I would make them pay even if I had to die to do it. That night I made a promise to myself. I would avenge my father. It didn't take long to figure out that the numbers he'd written down were latitude and longitude. I pointed to a chemical factory that had been disguised as an abandoned building. Further investigation revealed that it was the mother lode we'd been looking for, the headquarters of the Myrmidons. I think my father must have known how things would turn out. Knowing he was going to die, he'd written the directions to our enemy's fortress on his own body. He'd sacrificed too much for me to waste this opportunity with recklessness. This time, our operation would succeed. This time, I wouldn't let my excitement put Clover or any other of my agents in danger. So we took our time, gathered information, we did our research, and we planned. Finally, we were ready. December 25th, 2028 was going to be the day we finally set foot inside the Myrmidon stronghold. But then on the 22nd, only 3 days before the operation was scheduled to begin, a man in a gas mask appeared. So you inhaled the gas, passed out, and woke up here in the AV room.
Well, there it is. Everything that's happened with the Myrmidons and me. I left a few of the details out, of course, but you get the idea.
Yeah, thanks. So now we know Alice's story. She gave me a sad sort of smile and stood up.
We should go back.
Not yet. Your story explained a lot, but there's still one big question.
Which is?
Who here is a Myrmidon? One of us planted the bombs. And based off the code we found, it's pretty clear that person is a Myrmidon.
Yes.
And I agree that we need to figure out who
What do you
they are.
propose we do?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about. Do you have any clues?
Well, if I could decrypt that code, it might tell us something, but
How can
I
we do
told
that?
you, we need a key. Without that, it's pointless.
What's
a key is a key. It allows you to sort of unlock a code. The Myrmidons usually use this huge string of numbers as a key.
Wait, a long string of numbers? Would that be... Seven 781536109883890942419905551.
What the hell?
Hey, you know, just something I picked up somewhere. It almost surprised. I was also surprised as she was. Numbers had just kind of appeared in my mind. I was just saying them before I knew what was going. Alice looked at me incredulously and stared back.
Wait, can you say that again? That's 198,449,351 to the third power.
This was a lock? Yeah, I kind of figured that. You had to do DOZN to get this.
That number you just told me. Prime factor decomposition on that number gets you 198,449,351 to the third power.
God damn, she's good at math. I'm talking about reducing an integer to a series of prime numbers that you multiply together to get it, right? What? Like if you have 30, then you get 2 by 2. Okay.
Exactly. You probably learned that in junior high, right?
So you're saying that Zodo is a prime. If you multiply it by itself 3 times, you get...
Yes.
Okay. Don't tell me you just did all that in your head.
I did do all of that in my head. Simple mental arithmetic.
Simple. No way that's possible.
I'm better at math than most people.
Yeah. That's not better at math.
You just recited a huge string of numbers. That seems pretty astounding, too. Where did you find that number anyway?
It is in my noggin. Good old brain juice. Keeping it safe and sound. Didn't know what to say. What would I tell her? It just came to me.
Can't tell me, huh? Fine. I'm pretty sure that's the key to the code, though. I know the Myrmidons use prime factors for their keys, and there aren't a lot of 25-digit numbers that turn out to be the third power of a prime number. I think there's a very good chance that number you memorized was specifically created by someone.
Huh. Could you explain that with
look
tiny
at the prime
words?
factors of your number.
Pretend like I'm 2.
198,449,000. You still don't get it? Try to remember the code we saw in the infirmary. What did it say on the monitor?
The first row. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna. This guy must have photographic memory. Jesus Christ.
And the second row?
Oh, dude, second row too. Sure, easy. I think. Then they just repeat.
Wow, you've got a pretty impressive memory.
Yeah.
We could really use someone like you back at the...
Well, keep going. How do we decode it?
198,449,351.
How do we do that?
Well, the first number is 1, so take the first letter. The next number is 9, so just keep going until you get... Make sense?
Sure. Remember what she said in my head. Prime numbers Alice give me was 198,449,9351. So that would get me, if we picked out the letter she explained, the first letter would be C on the top, and you move down, O, to the right, eventually you get a word, and the word was, decode the word, just do it for me. You have 6 chances to succeed, fail in the game. Fail and the game is over, Jesus Christ. The code sheet won't be displayed when you input the answer, so it'll be wise to solve it now. The key is... Hold on. Jesus Christ. Won't be displayed. The code sheet won't be displayed when you input your answer, so it'll be wise to solve it now. Okay. Sure. Right. Yeah, old trusty. Alright, let me at least write down the number, so just in case they don't show that back to me again for some reason. 198,449,951. Remember, the key is 198,449,351. Closing this window will take you to the input screen. Not going to get the game over. Alice literally calls you an idiot and walks away. Game over. Toucan Sham! Yo, thank you so much for that host. Legend! How are you doing tonight, Mr. Toucan? Hopefully you had a good stream. The game is turned fully spy sleuth mode. So do it. Oh shit. Fuck. It meant like salt. Frick. Easy casual night, good man. What's this game? This is Virtue's Last Reward. It's kind of like Saw the anime, but with more murder mystery. Shoot, is it not here? I guess when they said solve it now, I should have solved it now. I know, it warned me. No. Whatever. We're decoding. Oh, there it is. Can't figure it out.
What? Are you serious?
Hey, get off my back. If I don't know, I don't know.
I'll figure it out on my own.
Yeah, you do that. She stalked off. Wait. I would follow her, but...
Stay where you are. I don't have any use for another brain-dead man.
Damn. My voice was unexpectedly furious and it stopped me cold. She fixed me in an icy glare and turned and stalked off. I stayed frozen where I was and I watched her go. Okay, so I should have paid attention. Okay. Try again. Okay. Decode the code. Okay. Alright. So we'll just stop right here. So I probably should have listened. Hold on. Okay, let me see. What she said? Alice had give me. The first letter would be C from the top left, then you move 9 to the right, which would give you O, then 8 more to. Okay. Gotcha. You keep going to the right. Okay, so therefore it is. So yeah, so C O. Rows just repeat, so you can use only the top 2 rows. Yep. Oh, 8, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, M, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, P, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, L, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, E, complete. Is that what we're spelling here? 3, 3 T 5 1 2 3 4 5 completed D completed. Okay, so the word is completed. I did it. Completed. That's it.
Completed? Are you sure?
Yep. Did exactly what you told me, and the word is completed. Actually, it's completed. Code and letters repeat every 2 lines, so it just repeats.
Well, I can't remember the code like you can, but if you're certain, I believe you.
I'm definitely
All right,
certain.
then. I wonder what completed is supposed to mean, though.
What? Aside from the obvious, you mean? I'm guessing it means mission complete. That's what the transmitter was for.
Huh? What are you talking about? What transmitter?
I barely even heard her. Suddenly my mind was full of memories that hadn't been there a moment before. It was like a wave had washed away the sand, revealing a bed of precious gems underneath.
Master, my sacred mission is at last complete. With these 2 hands,
Damn it, why hadn't I realized it before? I could remember a series of numbers, but not this. At least I remembered it now. Dio was a member of the Myrmidons, and not just any member, he was their leader. That meant he had to be the one who planted the bombs.
Hey, are you listening to me?
Yo, Mr. Ho.
Then answer my question. What the hell was that? What's this about a transmitter?
I didn't trust myself to try to explain it to her. More likely she'd just think I was insane. Even I could barely make sense of sudden influx of new information.
Wait. Don't tell me you're one of the Myrmidons.
If I was, do you really think I'd reveal myself
Point.
like this? Out of nowhere, Clover appeared.
Oh, there you are. I've been looking all over for you. We're all down
Really?
in the floor B warehouse. Well, all of us but Luna and Quark.
Why?
Still got 45 minutes until the white doors
I
open.
know that.
Wait a minute. I thought you, Kay, Quark didn't know about the white doors.
Tenmyoji told us about them. He said he'd show us where they were. So we all followed him down to the floor B
Yo,
warehouse.
Mr. Holden Wooden. Thank you for that following. Now, Mr. Holden Wooden, the barbarian.
I'm assuming you left Quark with Luna?
Yeah. Anyway, when we showed up, Phi and Kay were already there. Well, all of a sudden, Phi, Tenmyoji, and Dio all started yelling at each other.
Why? Did something happen?
According to Clover, the last AB game had been a cause of their fight. Even though Tenmyoji only had one BP, Phi had chosen Betray. They started to fight, and since Dio had pressed Betray on behalf of his team, eventually he got dragged in too.
That seems odd. Phi only had one BP too. Her choice seems like a perfectly valid defensive move.
Ugh, just come with me. Kay's trying to calm them down, but there's only one of him.
Okay. Come on, Alice.
Coming.
Let's go. I don't... One small bit of not confusion, but it's like, I feel like seeing Dio's end should have also given me the information that he planted the bombs. He had the key to the bomb, so I feel like that should have been like, when we were like, who planted the bomb? That should have been like, we know, it was Dio. All four of them were still there when we arrived. They seemed to have calmed down a bit, but the tension in the air was almost visible. I felt like I'd stepped into a room full of flammable gas. Even a small spark could turn the whole place into a raging inferno. Even Kay, usually so calm and collected, was standing ramrod straight with his hand balled into a fist at his side. I looked at Alice, pursed her lips, and then headed over to the angry knot of people occupying most of the room. Clover told me what's going on. This whole thing is stupid. We need to knock it off.
What about this is stupid? We're talking about my life, you self-righteous dick.
Don't prove Dio set the bombs. True. But we pretty much know it was Dio. Unless for some random reason it's someone else, and all signs seem to point to Dio. But who knows with this game? It could just throw a curveball and be like, oh, you thought everything was Dio? No, it's blah 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 or somebody.
Hard to trust someone who tried to kill me.
Same to you. I told you letting Dio vote was a stupid idea. What did you think he was gonna do? You might as well have pressed the button yourself.
I couldn't just leave Quark alone.
That's no excuse. And where do you get off telling me I shouldn't have picked Betray? Did you even think that through? What? I was supposed to pick Ally? If I'd done that, I'd be dead right now.
I could say the same thing to you. Damn good thing Dio didn't choose Ally.
Please, that's enough from both of you. Sigma's right. This isn't the time to be bickering with each other.
Oh, you don't get to talk. You tried to betray Clover and escape on your own.
Perhaps. But I think that's better than nearly killing someone.
Well, I only did it so that she wouldn't kill Tenmyoji.
God damn it, that's enough already. I roared with fury, my voice echoed and rebounded off the walls of the warehouse. Everyone fell silent. I didn't know how long the silence would last, so I decided to put it all on the table. There's only one way I was able to make control of the situation. Guys, listen to me. We really don't have time for this. I was met with a number of glares, but I soldiered on. The thing is, I figured out who planted the bombs.
you were talking about earlier?
Sort of, yeah. I know which one of you
Well,
it is.
spit it out then.
Please, explain what's going on here.
I don't think I need to. They're going to admit their guilt in just a few minutes.
What?
You're all going to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Or I guess I should say Dio's mouth.
What are you on? You think I set those bombs?
Yes,
Hey,
I do.
If you're gonna accuse me, you better have some pretty damn good evidence, pal.
I'm not accusing you. I'm just
Oh
stating
yeah?
a fact.
Where the hell'd you get that fact?
Fun as it was, I knew taunting alone wouldn't be enough to make Dio confess. He just played dumb. He was good at it. I get nothing. That meant I was going to have to trick him. Well, you see, I'm actually from Free the Soul.
Free the Soul? What's that? Some kind of hippie shoe company?
Don't play dumb, Dio, or should I call you left? Mother ordered me to come here to keep an eye on you. It was quick, but just for a moment I saw his eyes twitch. I leapt on that moment of weakness like a hungry dog on a steak. My skepticism understandable, admirable even. Perhaps this will convince you. Press forward, pulling out every fact I could remember. Deal about brother's background and how his younger brother left had been murdered. I mentioned casually that the Myrmidons were all clones of a single person. So, still not convinced? How about this? The number. Do a little pride factor, deep composition, I'll get you to the third power. I'm not who I say I am. How else could I possibly know that?
No, that's not possible.
Finally. So let's start over, shall we? I was set here to watch your every move. Seems your wise, noble brother doesn't trust you. He suspects betrayal.
You're lying!
I assure you I'm not. But if you don't believe me, why don't you go outside and call him yourself with your transmitter?
No! No! You have to be lying! Brother trusts me! That's why he chose me for this mission! Why would he make me the leader of the Myrmidons if he...
Sorry, what was
Said,
that?
why would he have made me the leader of the Myrmidons if...
Heh. I grinned.
Wait. What the hell? Are you fucking kidding me?
Sorry, Dio. I've never even seen
What
brother.
the hell was all that? How did you know all those things?
Don't know, maybe I was divinely inspired.
Give me that shit!
What's going on?
What are these Myrmidons?
Dio and I stared at one another while Clover and Tenmyoji quickly explained to Fire K about the memory card and the number 2 bomb. About the code we found, it was from a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons.
So you mean to say someone from the Myrmidons planted the bombs?
And Dio pretty much just admitted to doing it?
Bastards. I'll never forgive you.
I heard a low, furious muttering behind me. I turned to see Alice, her lips pulled back. Oh, she's gonna murder the shit out of him. It's gonna be great.
I am going to kill you!
Have at him. Her voice raised to a scream as she charged towards Dio. Ducked out of the way smoothly and pulled something out of his pocket.
Whoa there. I like my women a little feisty. But you're taking it a little too far, sweetheart. Tone it down.
What?
This is where you finally prove
You
it.
see this?
Yeah.
You know what it is, don't you?
Oh my god. Is that the detonator?
Exactly. And I assume you know what happens if I press this button?
Yes. I think I do. I'm guessing it'll set off both of the bombs.
Well, I wouldn't say both.
Ooh, we learned how many.
You mean there's still a number 1 bomb we haven't found?
Correct. And there's one more, too.
No. There are 4 bombs?
Exactly.
There's 0, 1, 2, and 3.
I planted 4 bombs. They're the ones numbered 1, 2, and 3, but there's also one more. Bomb number 0. Add all that up and you're looking at about 4 tons of explosive power.
We've only found 1 through 3, though. We haven't found the 0 bomb yet. I don't think, did we? I don't think we did.
Those go off, and it's all over. That's enough oomph to turn this whole place into a smoking crater.
Aren't you forgetting something?
That'd kill you too.
So, I'm ready for that. I've got spares.
Spares? Is that what Sigma was talking about?
Yeah.
Analysis whispers something to Clover.
Let's go, Clover. Show him all that training wasn't for nothing.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Right.
Before I had a chance to ask them what they was doing, they moved.
Die, you bastard! Yeah!
Yeah! Kick his ass! She roared and leapt toward Dio, Clover following just behind. Alice threw a punch at Dio's face as he dodged. Clover spun around from behind her. We're all gonna die. Dio grunted and turned to focus on Alice, but Clover darted and snatched the detonator from his hand. Oh, go Clover.
Clover, get him!
Right! Sigma, catch!
Huh? Before I could respond, Clover had thrown the detonator at me. I scrambled to grab it out of the air and held it to my chest.
Damn it! Stop! Let me go! Still let go of me, you asshole!
Yelling didn't do any good. Dio found himself subdued by the skillful teamwork of Alice and Clover. Strangely, though, once I had hold of him, he stopped struggling. I was reminded of a gazelle with its neck in the gazelle with its neck in the mouth of a lion. Had he surrendered, or did he have some trick up his sleeve? It didn't feel right. I didn't have to wait long for my misgivings to prove true. Detonator in my hand suddenly began to flash. Uh-oh.
Ha! Serves you right.
What are you laughing at?
You! Her! All of you! God, you're stupid.
Oh, it had like a trigger where if you let go of it, it went off.
What?
See that detonator you threw to Sigma? You activated it. If it gets more than a meter away from me, it sets itself off.
Ooh.
We figured someone might try to take it away, so we put in a little safeguard. Since you two were kind enough to take it away from me, the bombs have gone from remote control to countdown timer. Go ahead and destroy the detonator if you want. Won't make any difference now.
Whoa.
The bombs are gonna go off no matter what. About 30 minutes.
Oh shit.
30 minutes.
Oh no.
My condolences.
What can we do to stop them?
I told you that already. First, we need the device that allows us to input information. Then we plug it into each bomb and enter the codes.
Hey Alice, who the hell are you? How do you know all this?
None of your damn business. Just tell me where the input device is.
Well, that's none of your damn business. Fuck! Stop! You're gonna break it!
Break his goddamn arm.
Of course, that's the plan.
Please, stop!
Just tell me what I want to know.
Okay, it's in my coat. The right-hand pocket.
Clover, right.
She nodded and started digging through his pockets. After a few minutes...
It's no use! There's nothing here!
Did you lie to me?
No, I swear, keep looking.
Oh, wait, there is something in here.
Is that pill like for medicine?
Hey, what is this?
Huh? I can't see it. Bring it over here.
It's a cyanide capsule.
Shit!
What? What was that?
Poison, I guess.
What?
Damn! How could I be so stupid?
His eyes rolled in his head and flecks of spittle began to trickle down the corners of his mouth. I grabbed him by the hair and shook. The hell are you doing? Where's the input device?
Lost it. In my couch. Back home.
Don't screw with me.
Fine, don't tell us. How about you give us the deactivation codes instead?
Deactivation? You guys are persistent. Fine. Not gonna do you much good anyway. I'll tell you, but you only get one. This is the deactivation code for bomb 3.
So now we've got the deactivation codes for 0, 1,
Ready?
now 3.
LXQ LHC NMR.
Show it some more LXQ. We'll write it in blue. Nice dicks. Thanks, Metal Llama. Thanks for the raid. LXQ, LHC. LHC. NMR. Yes. This is just my memory. This is my long-term memory, my short-term memory, and my my subconscious. Which bomb is that? That was bomb 3. We got 0, 1, and 3. We just need the number 2 code. Yeah, 3 was the one in the crew quarters. Or was 2 the one in the crew quarters? Yeah, 3 was the one in the crew quarters. Tell us the other 3. Didn't even seem to hear me.
My body will be a part of the foundation of a bright future.
His voice was weak and more foam was dribbling out of his mouth.
Such a beautiful world. May brother live in everlasting glory.
Those were the last words Dio spoke. He died within a strange, happy smile. There you go, the time gets caught, I know,
Bill
right?
gave us the password for one of the bombs. This is bad. What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
How much time have we got?
25 minutes.
Are you sure?
Yes. When he told us the time, I checked my bracelet. It said exactly 30 minutes.
You mean the bombs are gonna go off the same time the next set of doors opens?
Yes. The time on your bracelet is the time we have left.
Oof. Oof. So 25 minutes.
This isn't good. I was hoping that we might be able to escape through the white doors, but...
It takes 5 minutes for the primary door to open and close, so...
Yes, I know. There's no way we can get through them before the explosion happens.
Well, there's no point just standing around. We should start looking. We need 3 things. The password input device.
Remaining 2 bombs, right?
We also need passwords for all the bombs other than number 3.
Exactly.
Maybe Dio's a note or
Hold
something?
on, let me check.
Knelt down and quickly checked the pockets and sleeves, sat back on their heels, frustrated.
Damn, he's clean.
She looked pale.
Then we'll just have to hope we find it somewhere. Tenmyoji, can you go tell Luna what's happened?
Right, I'm on it.
Good. The rest of you, let's move out.
Let's move out indeed. Alright guys, that's gonna have to do it for me for the night. Chapter 12. I need to go take care of my son, get him his food and medicine, and then put him back to bed. So you all, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. You all keep being the mightiest barbarians that you can be. I'll see you all next time. Definitely planning on streaming tomorrow. I think we're getting close. We're gonna try to beat this game this week. I'm over it. I'd like for this game to finally be done. This is a long ass game. But take care all. Have a good night. We'll go ahead and host somebody.